bicycle racing's most famous competition, for men, ends Sunday in Paris. But on the same day, in the same city, another version of the Tour de France begins. And this one is for the world's best female riders. It's been more than 30 years since women have competed in a viable, multi-stage Tour de France. Now they finally have another chance, and it's due, in large part, to the pandemic. With COVID-19 surging in 2020, elite cyclists, pretty much like everyone, were on lockdown. But for them, as the proverbial door closed, another opened. The company Zwift, which combines fitness and video gaming for indoor training, put on virtual races worldwide, with separate contests for men and women, including a virtual Tour de France. Some pro cyclists rolled their eyes. Like, I did not want to ride inside. I thought it was dumb, said American cyclist Lily Williams. You know, it's harder to ride inside because you're just staring at the wall. Others embrace the chance to break the drudgery of indoor training and maintain a level of competitiveness, albeit virtual. I saw the opportunity it presented for us in one of the most challenging years for the world. It paid off for Moolman-Pasio. She pedaled to victory in Stage 5 of the 2020 virtual Tour de France, the so-called Queen Stage, the toughest stage in a multi-day road race. The next day, Moolman-Pasio and her husband ventured outside their home in Girona, Spain, and noticed people pointing. Hest like, well, it's because of the Tour de France, Moolman-Pasio said. You know, you were on TV and everyone saw you winning the Queen Stage. It was not an isolated incident. According to Zwift, more than 16 million people in more than 130 countries saw the virtual races, on television and digital platforms. And viewership was equally split between the men's and women's events. Longtime Tour de France organizer ASO, the Amaury Sport Organization, saw in those numbers the potential for women's cycling. That's how the conversation started, said Moolman-Pasio. The conversation with Zwift was about launching a real women's tour, one with heft and sustainability. A top-notch broadcast plan was critical. That's the key to the success of the race, said Kate Veronneau from Zwift, to building that audience, to building future investment and growing the race and keeping it around. Veronneau says broadcasting to 190 countries on each of the race's 8 days